Hey, it's Jordan here in Flint, Michigan. We've been going around today. We were at a church this morning that had a line like you would not believe to get free bottled water. Remember that the governor shut down the free water pods here in Flint in April. And since then, residents have had to rely on essentially uh, churches and places that are distributing water that come in from donations. And I met people online today at this church that were online for 3 hours. Some of these people just to get 2 or 3 cases of water. They were online for 3 hours, and you could see the line wrapped around for blocks. And this visual is very different from what you're told, that the water's fine now by the governor and the state, and the problem's improving and all this. That narrative that they're speaking about, mixed with what compared to what we saw this morning, something's not right there. I'm here with Rita Wells, and I just came up to you on your porch, you and your husband here, and tell me about what happened when you first, after they shut down the water pods, and you went, I guess, to get one of these churches that are now handing them out. What was your reaction?
Well, when they first shut it down, yes, I got my two cases. And then a couple of weeks later, after he shut it down, the line was so long I couldn't get in that line. And then after I'm looking at the line, that was the second week I looked at the line and kept riding, I just started crying. It was too much. I'm like, I'm in America. I paid my dues. I worked 30 years in the shop, and now you treat me like I expect this in Africa, not here. And our water has never been tested. If they have had the service pipe is put in down right over there, then they have what they limit. I would have said thank you. We'll do our best. My bill's still high, and I can't drink the water. So we it's treated like we're not American citizens, and like we haven't paid our dues, and we have, and it's very frustrating. And if you add up the price of how long you got to stand in line with a gallon of gas at $3, it's not worth it. So I just ask God to help me be able to buy my water because that's the best I can do.
You guys have been having trouble getting water. Basically, after they shut down these pods, you have to wait in line.
For over 6, 7 hours normally to get water. Some people don't even have gas to wait that long. Some people run out of gas in the line, and people have to go around them. That's ridiculous, and it's all the way on the whole other side of town. So you got to drive that far to wait in the line, and it be hot in the car. And you might have your kids in the car with you, so that's even worse for them in the car, being excruciatingly hot, waiting for water. Then if you finally do get there, all the water be gone.
And it's like, it's one thing to have annoying kids when you're driving 6, 7 hours, but if you're only driving like 6, 7 inches, that's a whole nother problem. Yeah, so I was there this morning, and people were saying they were online for like 3 hours, some 4 hours. And what's really crazy to me is, how is the water fine if all of these people are online?
It's a lie. The water has never been fine, it's never been fixed. Half of the people's houses and pipes haven't even been touched yet. They've only did pipes on certain sides, which looks like good neighborhoods over there. They want to fix them first, but most of the people that's poverty, like our grounds haven't even been dug up. So our water is still in the same as it's been since it first started. It's never no change in it at all.
And has your water ever been tested?
Yeah, they claiming they testing it and it's able to be used, but if we still got these same pipe in this yard that's been messed up from the get-go, and the water is going through there, and you telling us to put filters on there that are cleaning it. The filter is not cleaning the water because the pipes are messed up on the outside that you never even replaced. So that's still dirty water going through there. There's only certain houses that might have a pipe outside that's coming through, making it look like it's clean, but they're going to deteriorate because the water in the main part is still messed up.
First happened, my granddaughter lost all her hair. So and
Granddaughter?
my granddaughter.
Wow. I thought you were like 25.
Yeah, she lost all her hair though. It took a lot. That was like emotional for her because she was only 9. So having to go to school, we didn't know what to do. We had to wrap her up like what I'm saying, like basically like the Muslims wrap themselves up. That's how we had to send her off to school because we couldn't do nothing else. And now they trying to tell us, well, we not giving y'all no more water because it's fine now. But we got people that's not even been here still breaking out.
Yeah, because we talked to a young couple that just moved in May, and their one-year-old baby was sitting on her lap, white blisters all over her arms, all over the legs, and they went in and I don't know what the hell they did. They tested her water for 10 minutes. They ran the water for 10 minutes, and they told her, oh, the water's fine. But meanwhile, the baby's got blisters everywhere.
But when I turn my water on now, you can smell it. When you turn it on, you can smell it. You know it's not. You know it's not good because got smell to it. When water was smelling like that, you can smell it. So it's not. It's not good.
How is they testing the water to know if it's good if we ain't gave up no water samples?
Well, the state's been going around doing water samples, but
Different people homes. They doing it in different people's homes. And
has,
also like the what they digging up. They haven't done everybody. You know what I'm saying? To me they starting with certain people because if you can go to this house and skip this house, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really getting that.
well, it seems like they definitely did not test certain neighborhoods that thoroughly, particularly the north side.
And I believe even when they did test it, they not telling us the truth. Just like they lied about when the kids was going and they was like, where they lead is they don't have lead. But in real life, they lead was very high. And then they said after a certain time, it's undetectable. But we running around here with our kids running around crazy. We wonder what's going on. They was calm. You know, you had little kids sit down. Now kids don't sit down. They hard-headed. They being affected by it. Do you want to know what's going on with our kids? The water.
For someone with like just thinking common sense, you don't even need to know anything about the Flint water crisis. The government and the state say the water is fine, yet there are lines literally like wrapped probably a mile down the road of residents just waiting for hours to get 2 cases. So all these media reports, and I got to be honest with you, I think the media here is generally just repeats what the state tells them. But all these media reports are like, well, the water's fine. It's just the residents don't trust that it's fine. Do you actually, is it a trust issue or is there a problem with the water?
I think it's both. If it's okay, we don't believe it. How can you believe it? People died. Human died. Okay? And the whole thing is just a sore spot. Because when it first happened, they wasn't giving us water filters. They was only giving a certain side of town. But it was so many people in this area that went and they gave it to all of us. So I don't trust them. And whose water are you testing? Mice have never been tested.
And it's interesting you say that because there's a researcher, Pierre Gouvarts. I can never pronounce his last name. He's Gouvert? Okay. He's Scottish? Belgium, whatever. Anyway, he did a study on where in Flint was tested, what areas, what homes, and shocker, the state seemed to lean more towards homes at less risk for heavy lead. So homes, connected to copper pipes, and they did not test that heavily on the north side of Flint, which are older homes, poorer. There you go.
Older homes. We're older homes. We're on the north side, which I don't think it makes a difference with what side you're on. Let's test all of our waters, do everybody fairly. I hear stuff like from people that's running for government, to be a governor.
The governor's primary is next Tuesday.
Right. And I hear them say, well, it's happening in so many different areas, but it did not, the river did not, we're not drinking river water in all these areas he's talking about. Yes, the infrastructure pipes is bad. They're old. That everybody knows that. But they did not have to drink water from a river that was already polluted. You can't compare.